What up? What up? It's your boy AD. I'm back in here. Do a quick movie review for you guys. And in this movie, I'm gonna talk about Pee Wee's Herman Big Holiday. This movie just came out like a day or two ago on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, something I'm starting to like about Netflix, and I'm starting to notice that a lot of old stars are starting to come out with these Netflix original movies, and it's cool because they are like real movies and they're on Netflix, and Netflix is only $7.99, so that's not bad. Only $7.99 a month. So I used to dislike Netflix at first, but it's starting to become better. I realize they've gotten it better because people were starting to get rid of their Netflix because I was really on the verge of getting rid of mine. I was, man, like some months ago, especially like mid 2015. I was like, what the hell is this? But all right, man. Well, let me tell you basically what Pee Wee Herman is. Pee Wee Herman is this dude who is really childlike, who acts really childlike, but it's funny because he's a grown man. He is a grown man, but acts really childlike. But the way he behaves and the way he acts is actually pretty hilarious, man. Like he is funny. Like I watched pretty much all the Pee Wee Herman. I watched all the TV show episodes. I watched all the movies. Yep. I even watched the Christmas specials. Yep. And this one, that's why I couldn't wait for this one to come out because Pee Wee Herman is kind of back in the early 90s and stuff, that, and for him to come out in 2016 just really kind of hyped me up a little bit to see it because I ain't gonna lie, I always knew that show was kind of crazy and had a lot of craziness into it. I always did feel like that show, they should have raised the bar of the rating, you know what I'm saying, because of the comedy and stuff, but man, I still wanted to see it because it's been years since we've seen something new. But so basically, in this movie, because what he does is he's normally in the house and he plays with a lot of puppets and people who come to meet him and people around his town. But what makes this movie special is he actually goes out on an adventure, which he's done before in another movie, which was called The Big Adventure. But this movie is a little different. Now, I'm not exactly sure why they call this The Big Holiday. Maybe because there are some spoilers in here a little bit. Maybe because you know what I'm saying? Because the movie is about him meeting this guy and him wanting to be really cool. And to be honest with you, I find this to be kind of, homosexual for a grown man to be so obsessed with another grown man the way he was in this movie. It really like pushes some homosexual stuff. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But I can't say it wasn't funny though, because we know how Pee Wee Herman acts. It's just kind of funny because it's him acting like this. And he's obsessed with this dude. I think he played in some other shows or movies, and basically they end up having a lot of common with each other, which is kind of crazy because they seem like two completely different guys, but they end up getting cool with each other and stuff. And he wants him to come to his birthday party, except he stayed far as hell all the way in New York, and he wanted Pee Wee to come, which is kind of crazy. Like, okay, you can't give Pee Wee a ride. You can't give him a plane ticket. You want him to come all the way out there. Okay. But Pee Wee just so geeked, to go to this dude's birthday party. They're like, all right, come on, let's do it. And it's so funny because Pee Wee, in his shows, they always try to make him look like a ladies' man. Pee Wee Herman do be around a lot of women, and a lot of women do like him. But it's funny because he always really turn them down, or he just never go, and it just be pretty funny. Like I find that really funny, and how in the world he could treat a dude like he's so obsessed with him, but a girl. It even happened in this movie. Like before he was finna leave town, this girl came up to him, and she was talking to him about basically trying to help him with something, because she liked him, and he just kind of blew it off. It was funny, like dude, I'm like this dude Pee Wee, man, it's OC. And when this movie starts off, it's really gonna tweak you out because they got this whole ET thing on, and that's gonna f with your head. I can tell you that right now. I really didn't like that part too much, but whatever. Again, this movie, I will admit, they really pushed it. This is definitely the wildest Pee Wee Herman thing I ever seen, like movie, show wise, whatever. This is the one, this 2016, so they had to crank it up, and that's exactly what they did in this movie. And they always put Pee Wee in a setting as if he's in the older time. It's like you never know what time Pee Wee really is in because they never say it, but it seems like an older setting. I mean, in this movie, this is the first time we actually get to see Pee Wee drive, which is crazy, right? He always on a damn bike or a scooter. I mean, even in this movie, he rode a little bitty ass car. Like you will ride all this craziness, but you won't ride a regular car. Remember, I'm telling you, this is a grown ass man now. That's what makes it so crazy because he's a grown ass man, pretty much acting like a little kid. In the TV shows, he used to play with toys and all that, you know. So it's that obviously they're trying to tell you something because that's what they want adults of this day and age to act like. They want you thinking you're an adult, but in reality, you're still a little kid. And and now this movie is so crazy. Like I'm not gonna go through every part, but I'm just gonna call certain things out because it's so wild. Because I like this movie because it's just cool to see Pee Wee interact with people outside of his town because he's from a town where everybody is so friendly and commercial. It's like everybody in that town is friendly, commercial, just like him. It's like everybody in the movie is not even really that serious. The acting, which is supposed to be, because that's how the style is. But it's funny because his friend is the only one who act like he be all serious acting, so that makes the movie even more crazier. Um, I mean, he really does go on a big adventure. He starts off with a car, but I'm not gonna tell you everything. But man, a lot of stuff does happen before he makes it to New York to go see him, because that's where he gotta go. He gotta go to New York to go to his friend's birthday party, and he only had 5 days to do it. And man, oh man, oh man, again, they really pushed the bar in this movie. This movie is rated TV. What is it rated? PG. PG, right? Nah. Mm-mm. This movie should be rated at least PG-13 in my honest opinion. Rating this PG just pretty much gets a bigger audience and allows you to slide more BS through the cracks. Because a lot of things in this movie I felt like weren't really PG. And it's always been like that with Pee Wee Herman. I always felt like a lot of the things he would say or do or show you were a little bit above for a child's mind. A lot of that humor they wouldn't catch. Well, a lot of things they do and say they wouldn't understand. Just like I was just finna bring up a good example. Hold on, man. Just like it's something it slipped my mind, but just know that's what it really is, though. It's something I was gonna use for a good example. But anyways, this movie though, again, I do advise people to go watch it, especially if you like Pee Wee Herman. Just watch it. You know what I'm saying? It's on Netflix. You don't have to go and really spend a lot of money and stun about nothing like this. It's on Netflix. Okay, just go watch the shit. Just so you can see what I'm talking about, and just so your mind can be tweaked out, cause this stuff, man, this will tweak you out. That's what made me first start watching him back when I was younger, and I remember I used to smoke back then, and I used to look, and I remember late at night it wouldn't be nothing on sometimes but him on TV, and I'd be like just laughing at him, cause he just be acting so goofy. I just be like, oh my gosh, and then to see him in a movie like doing a whole lot more than what he normally do. It's crazy. But I will admit again, there's a lot of craziness in this movie, man. Like I said, that friendship with him and dude is really weird, man. Really weird. There's even a part where they turn him into the devil. Like I'm gonna be for real, and this supposed to be TVPG, but there's a part where he actually does. I ain't gonna say when, where he turns into the devil or something, like not turn into him, but he sees an image of himself as him, as if that's who he may be. And again, this movie is weird. There's a lot of weird parts, but one thing I do like about the movie is I like how he shows you different cultures. I like how during his adventure you actually get to see different cultures and stuff and different people and how they might act and react with a guy like him. So that's pretty funny and interesting. Cause like I said, you so used to seeing him sitting in that same spot, but for him to just go out and interact with a lot of different people was very, very, very interesting. You probably will laugh a good part of this movie, especially if you're into Pee Wee Herman. You're gonna laugh. I can tell you that right now. It's some parts in here that really had me laughing, man. Cause it's some stuff in here that they ain't never really done before. And Pee Wee just so funny, and he plays that role so good. I forget the dude who plays his role, but man, even though it's years down the road, he still plays that role extremely well. It makes me feel like if he really wanted to come back and do a TV show, he could. That's how I feel. Like, man, he really could bring a TV show out, man. Man, but I ain't gonna give you too many spoilers. I'm not gonna tell you what's happening, what's gonna happen at the end. The end is gonna definitely blow your mind. Um, but it's a good comedy, good movie. You know, good, very good movie to just sit down and laugh and be like wondering what's going on and stuff like that. If I had to rate this movie, I'd give this movie a 4 out of 5 rating. 4 out of 5. This is what I gave it on Netflix. 4 out of 5. I wouldn't give it a straight 5 because I felt like certain things could have been better. It wasn't the best movie I ever seen, but I can't say I didn't laugh and I can't say I wasn't interested. So you get a 4 out of 5 for me. If y'all want to go see this movie, go ahead, check it out. It's on Netflix. Not hard to find, you know. And tell me what you think if you like Pee Wee Herman, if you're interested in him. I know it's a lot of other things that's kind of weird about this guy and what he does and says and what goes on in his shows and movies. I know it's a lot of things I didn't point out, but I pointed out some. Shoot. I pointed out some, but the dude is hilarious, and I would not mind seeing another Pee Wee Herman movie. Like, do y'all remember when Pee Wee Herman was in the WWE? Y'all remember that? If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, search this up on the computer. Type in Pee Wee Herman WWE, and it should pop right up. And you gonna laugh. You gonna laugh, man. Yeah, even though you know the WWE isn't real, you still gonna laugh. Cause Pee Wee Herman is funny. Funny dude, man. They even told his whole name in it. I forget what his middle name. Oh, at all. Dang, should I even say it? Nah, I ain't even gonna say it because that's just like another spoiler. It's weird though. But yeah, man, I like this video. Comment, man. I'm trying to do some other movie reviews, man. Any movies y'all got an idea y'all would like me to review? I know this would be interesting for you guys. Any movies that it could be old or new. Now I ain't seen everything, but I've seen a decent amount of movies. So, but you know, I could find certain movies. But man, let me know. I like doing this, man. I like reviewing movies. You know, it's really really fun. But I'm gonna talk to y'all later though. And again, like this video, comment, share, tell me what you think, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.